Hi, I'm Joyce, and welcome back to my Stay Home Adventures. If you're new here, I'm a wife, a mom, and someone who's passionate about helping families make the most of what they have through budgeting, realistic challenges, and simple systems that make everyday life a little less overwhelming. And if you've been around for a while, you probably noticed something about me. I am the queen of making monthly challenges, and I love them. Budget challenges, saving challenges, pantry challenges, even grocery resets, organization challenges. If I can turn something into a printable, a tracker, or a simple reset, I'm probably going to do it. And honestly, I love it. For years, I thought I loved monthly challenges because I love creating printables. And I thought they kept me organized. I thought they helped me stay motivated. But over the years, I realized that that's not really why I love them. The principle isn't the important part. The tracker isn't the important part. The challenge is. Because challenges change us not because we complete them perfectly, but because they help us grow. And I think we all need that. We need to challenge ourselves, not because we have something to prove, not because we're trying to become perfect, but because every challenge teaches us something. Sometimes we learn a new skill. Sometimes we discover a better way of doing something. Sometimes we simply learn that we're capable of more than we thought. If we stay comfortable all the time, we usually stay exactly the same where we are. Looking back, I don't think I always believed that, and I have my family to thank for. One of the biggest lessons our family has taught me is that we don't grow on someone else's timeline. As a mom to children with special need, I learned that lesson very early. Growth rarely happens overnight. So much of our journey has been built on one small goal at a time. One new routine, one new skill, one tiny victory that most people will never, probably never even notice. Then another and another. I've learned not to compare our journey to someone else's. Every child grows differently. Every family has a different path. Every milestone comes when it's ready. We learn to celebrate progress instead of perfection. We learn that consistency matters more than speed. And sometimes the biggest victory isn't reaching the goal, it's simply showing up and trying again tomorrow. Looking back, I don't think I even realized it then, but those lessons slowly became part of who I am. They changed the way I look at progress, they changed the way I approach budgeting, they changed the way I approach my health, they changed the way I even approach my business. They even changed the way I look at challenges. That's when I realized something. Monthly challenges aren't really about saving money, they're about practicing growth. They're about becoming a little better today than we were yesterday. Life also has a funny way of reminding us that there's never going to be a perfect time. There's always something, an unexpected bill, a busy week, kids needing you, a car repair, a grocery bill that's higher than you expected, or an unexpected health issue. If there's one thing that the last few years have taught me, it's that life doesn't always wait until we're ready. In May 2024, Ireland that in May 2024, Ireland that in May 2024, I learned that lesson in a completely different way. One day, YouTube recommended me a video about the carnivore diet. I watched it out of curiosity, and I decided to watch it to see what was it about. The more I listened, the more I thought, you know what? I'll give this a try. I really have nothing to lose. And that was it. There wasn't some huge plan. I didn't spend months researching every little detail. I didn't wait till Monday, and I sure didn't wait till January. I simply decided to begin. I even text my friend and I told her, hey, I'm thinking of starting this carnival diet thing. And she simply replied, go for it. Just do it. I never forgotten that conversation. I mean, there was more to the conversation. She didn't even tell me the reason not to do it, that it wasn't going to work. She didn't tell me I was crazy. She didn't discourage me. She simply encouraged me. And looking back, I really thank her for that. Sometimes when we talk now, we just go over that and go over that text because I always appreciate that she just simply listened and told me to go for it. Sometimes we don't need someone to guarantee us that we're going to succeed. We simply need someone who believes in us enough to say, go for it. Was I perfect? Absolutely not. Did I know exactly what I was doing? No. Did I want to quit? Yes. But I kept learning little by little. Today, I'm about 40 pounds lighter. But honestly, the biggest thing I gained wasn't the weight loss, it was awareness. I learned to listen to my body instead of following trends and what other people were doing. I learned that sometimes the biggest reward isn't the result, it's what you learn along the way. And then came 2025. My husband and I both dealt with health challenges that were never expected. I had an allergic reaction to medication that sent me to the emergency room for the first time in over a decade. And then came Lyme disease, and then came COVID. And now here's 2026. I'm recovering from a knee injury, and even today, I'm still not back to feeling 100%. None of those things were part of my plan. Life reminded me once again that we don't get to choose when difficult seasons arrive, but we do get to choose how we respond. That's another reason I love money challenges. When life gets messy, I don't need another complicated system. I need something simple that helps me reset. Something that reminds me where I was headed before life interrupted me. I'm seeing that lesson play again for you too. Last month, I decided I wanted to challenge myself and post one budget video every week for 3 months. And so far, I only posted. My health slowed me down. I had my knee injury, but I am not quitting because that is commitment I made to myself. I'm learning how to talk to the camera. I'm learning how to edit. I'm learning to become more comfortable in showing my face. I am learning as I go. And honestly, I am okay with that because I know I won't learn any of those things by waiting until I feel ready. I'll learn by showing up, trying, learning, improving, and trying again. That's exactly how I see monthly challenges. They're not about finishing perfectly, they're about paying attention. One of the biggest things budgeting challenges have taught me is to be more aware, paying attention to where my money is going, paying attention to what already is in my pantry, paying attention to those little purchases that don't seem like much until they start adding up. Because once you notice something, you already have the power to change it. That's why I keep making monthly challenges. Not because I think a printer was going to change your life, but because I believe challenging yourself will. Every challenge teaches us something. Every challenge helps us grow. Every challenge gives us another opportunity to become a little more intentional than we were yesterday. So, if you're doing one of my monthly challenges, don't just ask yourself, did I finish it? Am I going to be able to finish it? Ask yourself, what did I learn? What surprised me? What was harder than I expected? What habit do I want to keep? Because those answers matter so much more than whether you've checked every single box on one of my printables or if you finished it. The real victory isn't about finishing the printable. The real victory is becoming someone who keeps showing up, someone who's willing to learn, and someone who's willing to grow, even when life gets messy, even when things don't go according to plan, even when progress feels slow. Because, my friends, we don't grow on someone else's timeline. We grow one small step at a time, one challenge, one lesson, one habit, one decision, until one day we look back and realize how far we've come. So, yes, I am the queen of making monthly challenges. And honestly, I hope I never stop creating them. Because every challenge reminds me that growth isn't about being perfect, It's about being willing to begin. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. Take care of yourself, keep challenging yourself, and I'll see you next week. Bye.